Mark, I'll start with you. What did you make of Michelle and Barack?
Just one small correction. Tim is also America's sweetheart. I thought most telling for me was I watched flipped around after, and on Fox, Dana Perino and Brit Hume were swooning over them. They had some nitpicks, but they were swooning. They're technically very proficient, as you said. They can read / deliver a speech as well as anybody. They have huge star power. If there were thumbs up and thumbs down in the hall, and I watched from the floor, it'd be lots of thumbs up, probably unanimous. I have no idea what battleground state voters will think of it to the extent they hear about it or have watched it. And there's some reason to believe that they helped her become president of the Democratic Party. They helped Kamala Harris become president of the Democratic Party. Less obvious, although not impossible, they helped her actually become president.
Yeah, no question it went over huge in the room. And I have to say, I know Dana and Britt, and I think they were reacting to what I outlined at the top of my remarks. She's an excellent speaker. So is he. There's no better. I mean, the Democrat Party has two superstars in these two, and they start off absolutely beloved. But Sean, you get down to substance, and this is why I focused in just on hers, but we'll get to his too. It starts to fall apart pretty quickly.
Yeah, I thought your monologue was spot on. The bottom line is, I mean, she's talking about the theme that Kamala Harris has been pushing, this idea of socialism and communism. We want people to come to America to live the American dream, to succeed, to do well for them, to prosper, to build a business, to work for a company that they want to and take care of their family. And she's out there telling people, well, you only get as much as you need, and then we'll take the rest. At the same time, as you pointed out, her net worth is over $70 million, 4 houses. God bless them. Good for them. I have no problem with it. I do agree with you. It's a little interesting how they made their money, but that's another subject. But the bottom line is that I want everyone in America to do well. I want them to lift themselves up. I want them to get an opportunity. But she wants one thing for her and one thing for everyone else. And it's a common theme. I thought last night was very schizophrenic. You got Bernie Sanders on there being like, we need healthcare for all and public financing. And then you got her demonizing this, Doug Emhoff making, I thought, a good speech. I was like a whiplash night of messaging.
All right, Tim, where am I going wrong in my take on Michelle Obama?
Look, that was like 15 minutes to start with, so I don't know that I have 15 minutes to respond. Look, I think there is a point here that we have record levels of inequality in America. We have a social safety net, but there are tons of holes in that social safety net, whether it's families struggling with childcare, whether it is being able to care for elder parents and elderly care and how expensive that is, day-to-day costs. Look, you can be a successful person, to Sean's point, in America, and then look back down the ladder, be thankful for how successful you were, and say this system has to be better. That's what we trust our public officials to do. So I think it's very hard to begrudge the success of someone as a point to say, well, you can't call for government intervention to have a social program that helps people, that provides daycare, that provides childcare, that provides health care to people. And I think we get to this esoteric level where any type of government intervention feels like socialism or communism. I'm just not sure people buy that. People have a lived experience where they're struggling day to day, and they want to hear people like the former president and Michelle Obama see and understand and weave their story, their narrative, how they grew up, who their parents were, what their life was like, and they see that reflected back to them. I think that's why that speech was so effective.
Megyn, can I make one quick point, though? I mean, and Tim suggested this. People are struggling out there. Michelle Obama talking about hope returning. And I'm like, does anyone know who's in the White House right now? She's there. She is in the White House. She's the vice president. And these guys are acting like a bunch of Republicans are in charge. They're in charge of the White House. It is their policies that have put us here. And last night was sort of an attempt to make people forget who's running the country. I get they pushed Biden out of the way, but she's the vice president. She's a partner. And these are her policies.
Yeah. I mean, I just...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, like, the project is not over, right? Because we have the White House. We didn't pass all of the policies we wanted to. Republicans have a very easy agenda when they're in power because they put conservative judges, they run them through the Senate. They do tax cuts through reconciliation. I would love to be a Republican. It's so easy to make the government not work. Just throw sand in the gears.
But Tim,
it's so easy.
But Tim, that's not Sean's point. Sean's point is the Obamas are known for audacity. And that was quite a bit of audacity to basically say this. It was a central theme of her speech. Things are so hopeless now.
Right.
They're so hopeless.
Right.
Hope is coming back. And look over there. The number 2 person in charge of Hope apparently isn't doing that good a job, but she'd like a promotion.
I think that is more
on the speech.
I think it's more about the looming cloud of Donald Trump is what I would say. I think that's what she was alluding to.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I split up her remarks, because she seemed to hit it in 2 different ways, which led me to believe that the first negative Nelly moment was about where we are right now, and the new hope is thanks to Kamala coming in. But Barack Obama's his whole speech seemed to really be about the government is here to help you. Like, we need more government. And one of his regrets when he spoke up there was, and I'll quote, he's worried that this is a country where too many Americans are still struggling, where a lot of Americans don't believe government can help. And he says, as we're gathering here, people are asking, who will fight for me? Who's thinking about my future, about my children's future, no one. No one, Mr. President. This is America. It's not a nanny state. You worry about your kids. You worry about yourself. The government is there to help the people who fall the lowest, and we do that in America. But no, the answer is I am not thinking about you or your kids, and I don't want you, government, thinking about me or mine. All I could think of when I listened to Barack Obama the whole night, the whole speech, was this guy, SOT 6.
I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Sean, do you feel me?
Yeah. I like I said, I felt like this has been off. I feel like they set up a convention that was for Biden. They kicked him out and they were like, we'll change some signs. But 70% of Americans don't know who Kamala Harris really is or what they stand for. I will give credit to Doug Emhoff. He gave a great speech. I felt like if I didn't know what I know about Kamala Harris, I'd like to meet her after the description that he gave last night. She seems like a very nice person. They need more Doug Emhoff and less Barack Obama. Barack Obama gave this almost like, here's what I regret not doing speech.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns? Well, along with hiring tens of thousands of new agents and field officers this year, the IRS kicked off 2024 by sending over 5 million pay-up letters to those who have unfiled returns or balances owed. Don't waive your rights and speak with them on your own. That's a mistake. Don't do it. Tax Network USA is a trusted tax relief firm, and they've saved over $1 billion in back taxes for their clients, and they can help you secure the best deal possible. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, they can help you. Whether it's business or personal taxes, even if you have the means to pay, or if you're on a fixed income, they can help. Finally, resolve your tax burdens once and for all. Call them at 800-245-6000, 1-800-245-6000, or just visit tnusa.com/Megyn. Don't let the IRS control your life. Empower yourself with Tax Network USA support and take charge of your financial future. tnusa.com/Megyn. Go there today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.